We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the PIC TV Network virtual book fair. We're live on the PIC TV Network shopping spree channel, coming to you live from Colorado, Mississippi. We have Dr. Coleman here from Mississippi, and our guest today, Tiffany Harvey from Washington State. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, so you all know Dr. Coleman. She is a manager of the PIC TV Network, author of Mama's Book of Prayers, the journal, and the workbook. The second edition is out. Y'all make sure y'all go and get that. And then we are releasing the We Write the Letters That Heal, an anthology with 16 bold and courageous women who pour their hearts out in an effort to help you heal. Dr. Coleman, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Melvise. Thank you for your help in working with me to get this book published and to be able to publish it under my own, the Lady of Wisdom Publishing Company. You helped me do that. And so many women need to know how to get things done to that nature. So I applaud you first before I say anything else. Thank you for all of your hard work, your due diligence, and your professionalism in helping us to get We Write the Letters That Heal. And literally, it is going to change a nation because these women, you know, in 2023, you know the story, actually in late December, the Spirit of the Lord said to me, I am going to expose the body of Christ. I'm going to expose the body of Christ. Then here we come, and he says, write the letters. And we collaborated and have women from Australia. We have people from all different genres coming in and writing letters, young and old, in between, and then some seniors like me, writing our stories to encourage healing for a nation. And so we appreciate you for all that you do. And we are thankful for all of those women who are participants, and thanking PIC TV because this morning we had the privilege of actually having many of those women on our book showcase that we had on earlier. So I thank you for that as well. Please go and visit. Go to the website, www.drcctheladybofwisdom.com, if you want to purchase the book or if you're interested in being a part of our second series coming up, Melvies. And
Mhm.
then we're also excited that we're going to take We Write the Letters That Heal and do it in Spanish because we've had so many requests for it to be written in Spanish. So we have a lot on the plate, but we're thankful for it all.
Yes, yes, that is awesome. And we are going to reach plenty of hearts. Lots of people are going to be blessed from reading We Write the Letters That Heal. So let's introduce our guest author today, Tiffany Harvey. She is here from Washington State. Okay, she'll be on the screen in a moment. Yeah, she's the author of, she has released 4 books so far, Freedom Seeker and Freedom Seeking, A Journey to Independence, and Growing Independent. So welcome to the Pick TV Network, Tiffany. How you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing good.
Yes, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your book.
Okay, my name is Tiffany Harvey. I was born and raised in Washington. I I'm sorry. This is my first time doing this long of an interview, so I'm I I like to
Take your
advocate
time.
for people with disabilities. They're my passion, but I'm in the process of trying to change my target audience to people for teenagers and victims of violence so they can be a survivor instead of a victim.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even for people on the elderly side because because if you ever need somebody to speak on your behalf, then when they look at these books, when they look at the workbook, it will let people know this is what these are my wishes, these are my likes and dislikes, and these are the reasons why. I have been as middle-aged as I am, I've been in a position 4 times where I've needed somebody to speak on my behalf. And lucky for me, we talked enough that basically all of the information that's in there, I uh, that person knew. They knew what to do, what to say, and that's the purpose of the workbook. Freedom Seeker is autobiographical in nature, and it has all the same questions, if not more of the questions, than the workbook has, so that if you're not up for filling out the workbook, you can at least see what the questions are. And on top of writing my story, at the end of the chapters, I have to the decision maker, to the person who helps the decision maker, and to both. So that, like, if somebody's intellectually challenged, the caregiver would know what questions that I'm posing, proposing in the book to help them make their own decision. And that I have in the workbooks also.
Yeah, so Freedom Seeker is the book that has like all the meat. It tells Tiffany's story of how she has taken her freedom, dealing with disabilities,
How
and
I've accomplished my freedom.
she accomplished her freedom. Yes, she achieved her freedom, and overcame, all of the setbacks that people who are dealing with disabilities may have to encounter. And then we also know that you never know when you're going to come to a time in your life where you might need someone to speak for you. You might need a caregiver. Dr. Coleman knows she's a caregiver for her mother. You need to know what that person's preferences would be, what their choices are, what their boundaries are, what their likes and dislikes, what their wants and don't wants are, so that they can be comfortable and you can respect their wishes. So, Freedom Seeker and Freedom Seeking will definitely help achieve that. And Freedom Seeking is the workbook full of questions and that you can answer. You can actually fill in the blanks and write in your answers, so that if you're ever in a situation where someone needs to be your advocate, speak for you, they will know exactly what you want, what doctors you need, your medications. And then it also tell them about the workbook, because it really helps people to make a lot of life decisions when it comes to your career goals, your education goals, your relationship goals, your family goals, setting your boundaries. Go ahead and speak about that, Tiffany.
Okay. Well, the first thing I have in here is, what's your personal preferences, your information. So, like, who are your doctors, that kind of thing. I have a chapter about protecting yourself, and that's more or less informational. That's not questions. But then safety issues. What are your what will you do to keep yourself safe? Communication, conversation, opinions. Um, I remember one time my my husband was going to college with me, and he ran into somebody who works in the student government, and he goes, "Then you must know my wife." And he's like, "So many people come in and out of there." And he's like, "Well, she has a birthmark on her face, walks with a limp, that kind of thing, and she's always fighting for people with disabilities." And he said, "I know her." She's and just was raving about me. He goes, "My sister has cerebral palsy also." And that's the kind of, some people might call that gossiping. That's the kind of thing I don't care if people are saying behind my back. But if somebody said, "Did you see that lady with the body piercing all over her body and those gaga earrings?" That might be classified under the bad side of gossiping. I don't I don't like gossip, but that's what this covers. There's sections in here that talk about, what are your touch preferences? Do you mind being hugged, kissed, um, that kind of stuff? And that's so that you know yourself well enough. So if somebody is coming on too strong, that you will understand that they may be violating your boundaries. But if you don't know what you're comfortable with and you don't know what you're uncomfortable with, then that becomes a problem. I have things in here about managing money, and I have things about, how would you want to get around town? Would you want to take a bus? Would you want to drive? Would you want to take the disability van that can be known as paratransit or dial-a-ride? I ask a whole bunch of questions regarding what you're good at and what you enjoy doing work-wise, so that you can aim for a job or a career that you would be interested in. And or take the proper college classes to get into that.
Yes. So if you go to writtenwordspublishing.com/Tiffany-Harvey, or just go to writtenwordspublishing.com and click the book section and scroll down, you'll see Tiffany Harvey's books. You'll also be able to get a peek inside of the book so you can get an idea. You can see the table of contents, so you can see all the topics that she has addressed in the book. And then we would also like to say that although Tiffany is an advocate for disability, and I believe that when she originally wrote the book, her main focus was to help those who are disabled. This book is really a great tool for our teenagers who are going to have to make these life decisions, who may not know. So if you're a parent and you have a teenager, who, maybe in middle school or high school, about to go to college, there's some great information in that book that will help them also. And then also, like she said, for people who are victims of domestic abuse, maybe if you've been in a situation where your freedom was taken from you, these books can really help you get that back and get back on track to know just how to live a life responsibly independent. That's Tiffany's website, responsiblyindependent.com. If you go there, you can find out more information about Tiffany. So we are just going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. Do not change that channel. We'll be right back. Yes, and welcome back to the virtual book fair where we have with us today Dr. Coleman, the author of Mama's Book of Prayers, Journal and Workbook, and We Write the Letters That Heal, an anthology with 16 great, bold, and courageous women. And then we also have Tiffany Harvey here with us, the author of Freedom Seeker, Freedom Seeking, A Journey to Independence, Growing Independent. All those books are available to purchase at writtenwordspublishing.com. Dr. Cece, we would just like to know what do you think about Tiffany Harvey and what she's doing as a disability advocate, and these books that she has written to help people find their independence.
I love it. And I can say that with all sincerity because I take care of my 93-year-old mom. And as a result of that, yesterday, literally, I was in tears. I said, Lord, if I was not here to help my mother, how could she navigate through all of the stressors that insurance companies and other agencies can put you through? So as a result of that, I say to you, kudos to you for what you are doing with your work and with your book, because it is making a powerful difference. People need to know what to do in situations where it seems like they don't have a clue and life is just about to take them into a place, a spiral of depression. So thank you so much, Tiffany, for what you are doing with your workbook and with this book. And I want to say thank you as a caretaker and provider for my mom and on behalf of all those others who will read your book, and you will give them by way of the written word a means of being able to navigate how to really look after your loved ones. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Coleman. Yes, caregivers. They are another group of people that would benefit from this book, because not only does the book teach the person who's in need of assistance how to seek out that assistance and the right questions to ask. It also has a guide point for the caregivers on how to respond to those questions and how to ask the questions in a proper way that doesn't make the person who is in need of assistance feel less than, or that they can clearly understand what it is that you're trying to say. It gives great examples of how you can give examples to help them understand whatever situation they may be dealing with and help them make those very important life decisions. So
Mhm.
yes, thank you very much. I didn't think about that, Tiffany. Yeah, you gotta make the caregivers part of your target audience for this book too, because I'm
Yes.
pretty sure Dr. Coleman can testify. There's certain things that if you didn't already know, that's what your mother would prefer or what she would want. Might be hard to try to make that decision. And then what happens if you make the wrong decision and
Mm.
that's not really what she wants? That's definitely
Mhm.
not something that we would want to do as a caregiver. So
Yes.
yes, we want to add caregivers to that target audience for this book.
Yes.
So we want to thank you very much for joining us here on the Pick TV Network Virtual Book Fair today. Be
Can
sure,
I say something else?
sure, go ahead, Tiffany, go ahead.
Okay. It's also geared, part of the reason that I wrote the way I did, is I know many people who don't want the help that they are getting. And that's why, for me, it's so important. That's why I primarily had it written from the perspective of the person who's making the decisions. Because I have a friend, you would think that people would want their children or their parents to take care of them. She wants to be in a nursing home
Mhm.
if she ever needs that much help. That's an example. So it's geared specifically for people that way. And then secondarily for the caregivers. And so even if there's something that doesn't seem like it's appropriate for her, that's kind of where I come from, because basically I was told my whole life, I was given the word can't.
Mm.
I wasn't supposed to be able to walk or talk. I walk and I definitely talk. And in 2011, that's when I first got into a wheelchair. And it should only be temporary, but I found out that I can keep more stamina when I use the wheelchair as a walker. And sometimes I just get lazy.
Mm.
So that's just something that people should be aware of. Never tell the person they can't do something,
Mhm.
because some will just give in and give up, and others will be like me, charge. My husband nicknamed me the Joan of Arc for the
Mhm.
disabled.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So, like I mentioned, Tiffany's books are available paperback, ebook. The A Journey to Independence is actually available as an audio book for anyone out there who would like to purchase that. A Journey to Independence is the count is similar to Freedom Seeker, but it was just written a little simpler. Is that how it goes, Tiffany?
Yeah, I have. I have I put definitions to some of the simplest words
Mhm.
because, like, for example, if somebody wants to have a child, they would not want a doctor who believes in abortion. But if you don't even know what abortion is, then they might be traumatized because the doctor went ahead and did what the doctor thought was best. And so I explain that abortion is taking a baby out of the mother's womb before it's ready to come out.
Yes, yeah, she broke it down. So she really took a lot of time and care and attention to be sure that the readers, whether you're uh mentally challenged or not, would be able to receive all of the details and all of the facts, all of the support and help and information that she has provided in those books. And the revised edition of Growing Independent and the Journey to Independence will be coming out soon. Right now, you can get the audio book, and Freedom Seeker, Freedom Seeking Paperbacks is available wherever books are sold. The ebook is available at writtenwordspublishing.com. And
I
so yes.
I do have three more three more copies of A Journey to Independence, and I also don't know how many I have of Growing Independent.
Okay. Yeah, so if you
So
go to responsiblyindependent.com, that's Tiffany's website, you will be able to purchase copies directly from her, autographed copies. We all know we like to have autographed copies, so you can do that. And we want to thank you, Tiffany, for joining us here today on the PIC TV network.
Good job.
Yay, congratulations for your first time here. We're looking forward to having you come back. And we just want to encourage everyone to support the PIC TV network. Tell everybody you know about it. Download it on your TV. Give it a 5-star review. There's the QR
Yeah.
code up there. You can scan that QR code and find out more information if you'd like to be a part of the Shopping Spree channel here, where you have the ability to come on and sell your products on TV. This is great as if you were on QVC, a home shopping network, but right here on the PIC TV network, the People's Investment Channel for the people, by the people. So we want to thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Dr. CC, for being with us here today. You have any last words you want to give before we close this show out?
Just want to say good job to Tiffany. Keep doing what you're doing because you're making a difference. Thank you, Melvise, for all of the different authors you have given life to their stories and given them opportunities. And thank God for PIC TV for all that they're doing. And we do want to remind everyone, please visit my website, www.drcc, the Lady of Wisdom. You will find Mama's Book of Prayers, the second series, available, as well as We Write the Letters to Heal, an anthology of 16 women, as they remind me to say, 16 bold, courageous women who expose themselves to share their stories and to embrace you and to encourage you that you may be healed. We thank you so much. God bless.
God bless you all, and you all enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll be seeing you again here on the virtual book fair on the PIC TV network. Home, everybody.
They say your eyes are the windows to the soul. They're also the windows to your health because they let eye doctors see what's going on inside. Think about this. A comprehensive eye exam can be an early detector of serious health problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Shouldn't you see your eye doctor yearly? Go to thinkaboutyouryes.com to learn more and for a list of local eye doctors. It could help save more than your vision.
All right. It went well.
Or I think we're still live. Are we still live, Dr. Evans? Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. I encourage you to go back and watch the replays. If you have the Pick TV network on your Roku TV or stick, download the app, give us a 5-star review. Yes, there's Mama's Book of Prayers journal and workbook. We put a lot of time and effort in that second edition. Go out, Dr. Cece. What is it? Dr. Cece. What's your website, Dr. Coleman?
DRCC, the lady of wisdom.com.
Yes.
Go to the website, pick up the second edition of Mama Book of Prayers. Boy, Melvise, it was something as we were creating this book. And I tell you, I love the one that we have affirmations in here. We have prayers in here. We have letters of encouragement. But I like this one right here. It just popped up, so I'm going with it. I must stay in the moment to achieve my goals. I must be able to visualize the desired outcome as accomplished. Come on, you got to be able to see it before it happens. That's called faith. We write the letters that heal. 16 bold and courageous women sharing their stories. I'm reading a note and I just want to share this. I want you to hear this, Melvise. It says something. It says, Dr. Cece, I just read your letter to Dr. Nicole. Got me in tears thinking about the relationship I didn't have with my mom, but wanted. That I made sure to have with my 33-year-old daughter and son, who will have their children read this book. This book is right on time. We are making a difference. If you all have not had an opportunity and you're wondering, well, how are they reading it? Melvise can tell you to go to her website. It's also going to be on my website where you can actually look in the book. New technology. I love what Melvise is doing. We said, we want everything that we do to be pristine, proper, and correct. So you can look in the book. You can, come on, Melvise, tell it about it. Don't let me tell it. You tell it.
That's right. So you can go to writtenwordspublishing.com / Carolyn-Coleman, or just go to writtenwordspublishing.com, click the book option, and you'll see the cover. Click the cover, and you will be able to actually see inside the book. You'll actually be able to see the first 21 pages. You'll be able to read the first few letters that are written. And believe me, after you read those first few letters, you definitely are going to want to read the rest of that book. It's definitely a healing tool. It's a blessing for all those who are involved and for everyone who is going to read that book. So I'm glad that somebody went and they read. So whoever that was, make sure you get your copy, because that's just a little bit of the starting point. Is way more than that. 226 pages, y'all. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Full of letters from 16 very bold and courageous women, touching practically every area on life that you could think of. Any challenges that you face, any emotions that you dealt with, physically, mentally, spiritually, something in that book for you.
Mm-hmm. Amen. So true. Thank you. Dr. Evans is telling us it's time to wrap up. So we're going to let you wrap up. And thank you again, Melvise. Thank you for Pick TV. Listen, let me say this as we close. If you are out there and your heart is saying, I have a letter that I want to write, I want you to contact me at drcc, theladywofwisdom.com. Leave an email, because we're going to have a series of these letters, and we want you to be a part of it only if God is ordaining it to be so for you. We thank you and God bless. Thank you, Dr. Evans. Thank you always, Melvise, for all that you do.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time here on the Pick TV Network. Bye-bye, y'all.